Alright, so welcome to another video, and today I'm going to show you how to build a Facebook ads campaign for your medical spa in 2024. So this will be a step-by-step tutorial. I'm going to show you exactly what buttons to click. So make sure that you grab pen and paper so you can take some notes, because this will be super helpful information if you want to generate more patients this year using paid ads. So just to give you some context, my name is Roel. I'm the owner here at PDM, and me and my team, we have spent the last 5 years working exclusively with medical spas to help them generate more patients online, convert them into big treatment packages, and ultimately grow their annual revenue. So that being said, let's dive into the training. So step number 1 is you need to navigate to adsmanager.facebook.com. This is where you have all of the advanced advertising option access within Facebook. So it's not just boosting a post, but this actually gives you more and more advanced options to use in your advertising campaign. So make sure that you go to your ads manager and make sure that if you see a screen like this, that you hit the green create button. That's step number 1. And once you do that, you can actually select between different campaign objectives, right? I'm in a test account right now, so it asks me for more information. But yeah, this shows you different campaign objectives. So you can always select the leads one here, because that's going to bring you the best results. And now it shows you 2 different options. It shows you the recommended settings and the manual leads campaign. I'm kind of old school, so I always prefer the manual leads campaign. So I'm going to click it for now to show you like how you can build this from scratch yourself. Then you're going to hit continue. Okay, so now it gives you here, as you can see, 3 different layers: new leads campaign, new leads ad set, and new leads ad. So for every campaign that you build out, you'll always have these 3 layers, which is the campaign level, the ad set level, which basically stands for your audience, and the ad itself. So this is where you're going to create like the advertisement itself, the ad creative, the text, etc. So for now, let's just start with the campaign level. So I'm going to name it like medical spa lead generation campaign. Okay, and you can see that it changes here too. And now we're going to scroll down. So leads, okay, A/B test, we're going to keep that off for now. Advantage campaign budget, we're also going to keep that off for now. And we're going to hit the next button. So now we are at the ad set level, and this is where we're going to name like the audience. So let's say audience number 1, right? So that's the first step. And then it actually gives you a few different options in terms of selecting your conversion location. Now we have tested all of this, and the best way to convert these leads is to use the instant forms option. So not your website, Messenger, Instagram, calls, whatever. No, just select the instant forms. I'll show you later what it looks like. But yeah, just make sure that you select that for now. All right, so then here, the Facebook page, you actually see a drop-down menu that you can select. And you can do it and select the right Facebook page that you want to run ads from. So I'm just going to use like an example page for now. We have a bunch of different pages here. So I'm just going to use this one for now. Alrighty, so then performance goal, we just keep it as it is. Cost per result goal, you can skip this. Dynamic creative, we're going to keep it off. Budget and schedule. So let's say that you want to hit like an extra 10 or 20K a month in revenue. Then you could start with, let's say, like 50 euros or dollars per day. For me, it shows as euros since I'm based in Europe right now. And then the schedule, okay, start date, it's right now. No end date, it's fine. So it's going to be an ongoing campaign. Budget scheduling, no, you can skip this. And then location, right? So this is where you can actually select your audience. So you can just click the edit option here. And right now it's set as the Netherlands for me, but let's say that your clinic is located in New York. So what you're going to do is you're going to select New York here, and you're going to click it. So now what happened is you can see that the city of New York has been targeted plus a 25-mile radius. So if you just want to target like the entire city of New York, you can also click here and just click on current city only. Or if you want to mess with the radius, you could also click this again and just make the radius smaller, let's say 10 miles. Right? So that's how you can do it. Now, let's say that you don't want to target an entire city, but you want to narrow it down to your specific med spa plus a mile radius surrounded of your med spa. Then what you do is you can just search for the exact street address here, and it will also give you the option to select that. Or what you could do is you could just simply drop a pin. So let's say that, I'm just going to zoom in a bit. Let's say that you want to, here like Corona. Let's say that your med spa is located here in this street. Then what you do is you're going to hit drop pin, and you're just going to drop it exactly where your med spa is located. And right now you can see that that specific location has been selected, plus a 10-mile radius. So if you want to make it smaller, let's say like 2-mile radius, you can just do it like that. And you can check it yourself. You can see exactly here, this location is targeted, plus a 2-mile radius around it. So that's how you do that. Then what you can do here is like the advantage audience. So you could do this one, or you could switch to original audience options. Like I said, I'm kind of old school, so I prefer to do everything manually. So I'm just going to click this one, use original audience. And now it will give us a few more options. So we can select age. So let's say for this campaign, we're going to focus on body sculpting. We want to target women in their 30s and 40s. So we're going to set the age range from 30 to, let's say, 49. And for gender, we only want to target women. So we're going to put women here. And yeah, so while you build out this campaign, this screen here in the right, it will help you out with giving you like an estimation of how big your audience is. So for me right now, it shows as the estimated audience size, it's like 150, 180,000 people. So that seems to be okay. So that's going to be fine for now. So now what you could hypothetically do is if you want to make your audience even smaller, you could hit detailed targeting and hit edit, and you can add in more specific interests. So for instance, like skincare, right? So you can see skincare, cosmetics as an interest. You could select that, and that will usually make your audience smaller, right? So now this person need to match like the age selection, the gender, plus also should be interested in that specific interest that we put there, right? But for now, I'm just going to skip it because Facebook's algorithm, like the AI-based algorithm, is so smart nowadays that you don't need to mess with these additional interests too much. Like all of the optimization will happen. Like the algorithm will do it itself. So then we can also uncheck this one. Not necessary. Okay, placements. So what we can do here is we can either keep the Advantage Plus placements. So Facebook will automatically select the best placements, right? But if you actually want to keep a little more control on where your ads will be shown, then you can select manual placements. So let me show you what I mean with that. So because Facebook and Instagram are both owned by Meta, you have the option to select like both platforms as like the where you want to show the ads. So let's say that you just want to stick to the Facebook feed and Instagram feed. You can basically manually uncheck all of the other things here, like Facebook Marketplace, Facebook video feeds, Instagram Explore. You know, you could even uncheck all of the stories and the reels. And also uncheck this one and uncheck this one. Okay. So now you have only selected the Facebook feed and the Instagram feed. What we've noticed is most of the conversions will happen from these two placements anyway. So you could either stick to the Advantage Plus placements or the manual placements and set it up like this. Okay. So that is that. Now, once we've selected the audience, okay, so everything seems to be set up correctly. The next step is we're going to hit the next button. And this is where you can actually start building out the ad itself. So we're going to give this a name too, ad number 1. Okay, and now we're going to scroll down. So by default, the Facebook page you selected earlier will be selected. If you also want to use the Instagram account, you can select it here. If it's not connected yet, you can just hit connect account and, you know, add your Instagram account that way. If you have the option to do that, I would highly recommend it. Okay, create ad. Now it shows you which format you want to use, either a single image or a video or a carousel. Now we've always noticed that single images and short little video ads work best, so I'm gonna stick to this for now. Okay, so I'm gonna skip this. And now for media, this is where you can actually add the ad creative that you want to use, so like the image or the video. So for now, let's actually go to pexels.com, which is like a stock image website, to look for some, fat freezing images. Okay, doesn't actually look like fat freezing, but let's just stick to this image for now. So I'm gonna click free download. Okay, let's go back here. And now we can click on add media, add image. And I've already added that picture before, but I'm gonna do it again. So I'm just gonna click here. Okay, so let's just click that image that we just selected. Okay, click it, and now we hit next. And then let's just keep it as this, the recommended option. Okay, and we're gonna hit done. All right, so now we have selected the actual image that we're going to use in the ad. And you can see that it already gives you a preview of what it will look like eventually on both Facebook as well as Instagram. So once we have selected the ad creative, the next step is for us to write the text. So what I did for this specific example video is I prepared an ad copy that we're just going to copy and paste here. Right, we're just going to add some emojis to make it look better. So let's actually take like this one, maybe this one, and like a heart. This looks pretty nice. Then we're gonna add some more emojis here. So let's say, we're gonna put that there. And now we're gonna add some more emojis here. So let's actually grab this one. Okay. Copy. And we're gonna put it here too. Alrighty, so ready to feel amazing in your own skin, get your voucher before they're gone, click the button. That's what I would do. And then I would add another emoji there, let's say like the finger one pointing to the right. Alrighty, so this ad copy looks great. You can see a preview here like, hey, Miami ladies wanna know the easiest way to get rid of stubborn bulges. So for now, since we took New York as an example, we just changed it to New York. Right, and then this is like the ad copy, so the ABC Summer Slimming Special for only $147. All right, so you can just put whatever offer you use here. I'm not going to talk about the offer too much in this video. If you're interested in learning how to build great offers, you can check one of the other videos on my channel. But for now, I just want to show you like what buttons to click. So that is that. So we can skip the rest. Now we need to write the headline, so I already prepared that. So ABC Summer Slimming Special for $147. So let's just copy this. And let's put it there. And also include like an emoji. So let's say we're also going to use that finger. Yeah, so now you can see a preview of what this will look like. It looks all right. And we can actually do a description. So for now, I'm just gonna hit like the only 15 spots available. So you will see that under the headline. So right now it's not visible, but it will show up there. All right, so then you can select the call to action button. We usually go for sign up or learn more. Typically just works best. Yeah, and then this is what it will look like. So now the next step is you need to set up like whatever happens whenever someone would click on the ad. What happens if someone would click on the learn more button? Because we chose the lead form objective earlier on. So now I'm going to show you like how you build that out. Right? So you basically see here like destination and instant form, and you can hit create form. So let me show you how this works. What you can do here is, first of all, you should give it a name. So let's say like the medical spa. Well, let's say the fat freezing lead form. And then you can also go to settings to change your default language. So if you're not based in the US, in an English speaking country, you could change it here and then the form will show up in your native country. So let's say we're going to go back to content. You have three different options: more volume, higher intent, rich creative. Rich creative is the most recent one that's been added. We tested it out. We didn't really see an increase in results, so we just stick to more volume. So I'm going to show you first how to build out this one, and then I'm going to show you some additional features too. But first of all, we need to write the intro, right? So the first step here is that the background image. So you can either use the image from your ad, or you could upload another image, and this is the recommended size for that image. Now we usually upload like an image with this exact size, but for now let's just keep the image that we have in the ad itself, right? So then step number 2 is going to be the greeting. So let's say the ABC Summer Slimming Special for just $147, and just hit like an emoji, this one, like that. Okay. So now this is where you could actually write some text. Hey, ladies in New York, etc. You could write a text, but we usually do is we just select list and we just do some bullet points. So for instance, what we do is like, only 15 spots available, amazing results, sign up now before it's too late, right? I'm just giving you like three examples of what you could put here. And then what you can do is you can click to questions. And this is where you'll actually ask them for their contact information. So for instance, to whom and where should we send an email with the voucher, with the discount voucher? Right? And then you can ask them, I always like to put full name on top, email, and also phone number. That's going to be important because you want to be able to get your front desk to follow up with these people. And in order to do that, you need the phone number, right? So you just hit phone number. You could even add more here, but we usually stick to just name, email, phone number. Then privacy policy. Okay, you're just going to write down privacy policy. And you could use like the privacy policy page on your website. So let's say www.privacypolicy.com. Just an example website here. Okay, so then you can skip this one. And then if people would hit submit, you basically send them to the next page, message for lead. And this is where most clinics, they actually overlook this. But you could actually use this to get them to take action right away. So you could write something like, awesome, you're almost finished. And then what you can do is you could write down, the next step is for you to book a time for this special offer in our online calendar below. In our online calendar. And then limited availability, right? This is just like an example text. I would probably make this a bit more, I would write it differently, but again, this is just like an example. And then what you can do is people can actually click this button and you can put like a website there. So let's say that we want to have the text to be book your appointment. And now you can also put a link here. Now you can put a link here, like the URL. So I created like a little landing page for this video. So let me grab it. I built it through Go High Level. So you could put this one here. And now what happens is if people click this button, they will be sent to this page. So let me show you what it looks like. Right, so this is, you could create like a page like this, like your logo. You could put your phone number here. And then like, hey, thank you for claiming your fat freezing offer. The next step is to book a time below for your free consultation or for your appointment. And then you could have a calendar there, and your logo, phone number. You could even throw in some before and after photos, whatever. But this is how you can basically get them to take action right away. So this is just like an example based. This is not how we would usually do it, but I just want you to realize like, oh, this is how the process works. So we also recommend to put this, like the page here, to use like a landing page instead of a website, because on the website, people could get distracted by all of the options there. If you just keep it on the landing page, it's much easier for them to follow and to just take the action that you want them to take, right? So now people could actually select a day and time for their calendar. Now we usually go for like an appointment request calendar so that it's not confirmed. So you would get an email like, hey, a new lead just requested an appointment. Make sure to reach out to them as soon as possible to either confirm or reschedule, right? So that's how you build that out. So just to show you like what the form looks like right now is there are like basically 4 different steps here. So let's just look like this. So first of all, if someone clicks on the ad, they will see this page, like the ABC Summer Slimming Special for just $147. Then if they click next, they will see this page in which they can fill out the information here. Now, the way how we set it up is all of this information will already be pre-filled because Facebook already knows your name, email, and phone number. So then they will click next, okay? And they can see the privacy policy. Now, if they agree to the privacy policy, they just hit submit. And that's when they will see the last page, like, awesome, you're almost finished. The next step is for you to book a time for this special offer in our online calendar, limited availability. And then they can click the button here, like book your appointment. And we will send them to that specific page, right? So that is basically how the funnel works. So this is how you can get people to, to sign up as a lead and then send them to a page in which you let them book an appointment or a phone call or whatever the action is that you want them to take. Maybe you host an event and you could get them to RSVP there or to confirm or to bring a friend or whatever. Now, let's say that you want to qualify your leads a bit more before having them to sign up. So there are a few different things that you can do here. So we have the intro, then we have questions. So you could add a category. Alrighty, work information. So what you could do here is you could add more like information. But what we usually do is if you want to get like more qualified leads is go to the form type and you could go to higher intent. Okay. Intro. Questions. All right. And then what we first of all do is we add another question. So multiple choice, short answer, conditional, appointment request, slider. Now what we could do is just click short answer. And what we can say is like, why do you think you'd be a good fit for this offer? Right? That you could write something like that, or what areas are you most concerned about, right? So now by having this question on the opening page, people will see the same screen, but they have to answer this question first in order to go to like the next page. So as a result, like some leads will drop off because they don't want to answer the question. But the people who will answer the question obviously are a bit more qualified because they took an extra step for you, like to sign up as a lead. So it's a great way to get like to qualify leads a bit more. But then the other thing that this does is, let me show you. Here at the privacy policy, now what people do is they need to review the info that they submitted earlier and they need to slide to submit. So it becomes a bit more difficult. It's an extra step for them to sign up. So that's what you can do to qualify your leads a bit more. You could have questions like this, or you could have like another type of question. What I told you earlier, like you could have like here, multiple choice, right? In which you can ask them a question with like, a yes or no answer or whatever, right? So that's what you could hypothetically do to make your leads better. Now, once you are happy with what your lead form looks like, you just click on create form. And now the lead form is selected. So we've created the ad, we have created the ad copy, the ad creative, the headline, the lead form. So now everything works together. And then you can just simply click on publish. And now your first ad will be published. So now what I'm going to show you is you don't just want to use one ad. You want to create like some variations to test what's working best. So what you can see right now here is like we have campaign level, ad set level, and ads level. So we're gonna create another ad variation within the same ad set. So we're gonna keep that same audience for 50 euros per day, but now we are going to create another ad set. Now, what I always like to do is just to hit those three little dots here and hit duplicate on the ad that you already created. And what this does, it will basically just copy the exact same ad that we just created, this one. And now I'm just going to rename it to ad number 2. So you could do a few different things here. You could either change the ad copy, you could change the headline, or you could change the form or like the image that we use in the ad. So for now, let's just keep the same ad copy, but just use another image. So in order to select another image, we're gonna go to Pexels again and to just see if we have another picture here. So let's say this one, it's kind of similar, but it's from a different angle. So just click on free download. And let's go back here to Ads Manager. Let's click the remove all and let's click a new media here, upload. Okay, so let's see. All right. Okay, and just select it and always select the 1-1 or the original recommended, also works. Next, done. So now what we basically did is we created another variation on the initial ad by just clicking the duplicate button and remove the image and just add a new image. So now you can hit the publish button again because everything else is the same. Like the lead form is still selected. As you can see, the fat freezing lead form, everything is the same. So yeah, that's what you could do, right? I'm not going to publish it for now because this is a test. And then what you can do is you could even hit like duplicate again. And you could create a third variation. So if you spend like $50 per day on ad spend, I would say you can create 3 to 5 different variations. 3, I would probably go for 3. But let's say that this time we want to keep the same image, but we want to create another ad copy. So maybe, you know, instead of ladies, we're going to do like New York and surrounding areas. Get a great deal. Right? So I'm just making something up right now. And then we're going to put like another emoji there, like maybe like a timer and maybe like, let's say those eyes. And then we just keep this as it is, right? The ad copy doesn't really make sense if I put it like this, but it's just for like test purposes. So yeah, so now you can see that the first, the text in the ad changed. So we kept everything the same, but we just changed this text. Now let's say that we also want to change like the headline to, let's say, just another emoji. So let's say that we want to do like, again, like this clock and remove that finger. So now we basically made some changes to the text and to the headline, and we kept everything else the same. So this is how you can make like small little tests and see what's performing best for every every campaign that you set up. Okay, so that is step number 1. So at this point, we basically created a campaign from scratch. Once this is up and running, you're doing great. You're generating new leads, perfect. But what you also want to do is you can also test with a different ad set. So now we have created this first audience number 1, and within that audience, we have created 3 different ads. What you can do is you can just go to this ad set and you can duplicate the ad set. So let me show you like how that works. Is you can just duplicate this and you're going to hit duplicate. All right. And now we're just going to rename it from audience number 1 to audience number 2. And maybe this is going to be your retargeting campaign, right? So now we need to make some changes in the audience. So let's say that, okay, so let's first go to the ad budget. So let's say that instead of $50 per day, this is going to be your retargeting audience. So you also want to show this campaign to people that have visited your website in the past 30 days, for instance. So you're going to put it at like $10 per day. And then what you can do is, I'm not going to do it right now, but what you can basically do is you can create a new custom audience here. And what this means is, let me show you, create new custom audience, and you could hit website, next. And then what you can do is you can basically set it up as like all website visitors in the last 30 days based on the Facebook pixel data. So like website, you would just name it like website visitors 30 days. Okay, I will just copy it here. Okay, and create audience. Okay. And now you basically set up a retargeting audience. So every person that visited your website in the first 30 days will be included in this audience. So this is really good to, you know, stay top of mind with people. Maybe they need to see the ad 5, 6, 7 times before they sign up. That's why it's important to have like a second campaign, like a second ad set like this, in order to get the most out of your campaign. Yes, so that's basically how you set this up. Now, in order to set this up, you need to have a Facebook pixel installed on your website. In one of the other videos on my channel, you can probably find a video in which I explain how to do it. I'm going to skip it for now. But yeah, so that's basically how you can do it. Now, the other thing what you could do is, instead of a retargeting audience, you could also decide to set it up for like male. So let's say like a male. You're going to keep everything the same, but you're just going to change the gender from women to men. And yeah, you could do it that way. So that is basically how everything works. That is exactly how you set up a Facebook ads campaign for your medical spa in 2024. Now, if you follow these steps, I'm sure that you will actually generate good quality leads. And then the next step for you is to have your front desk follow up with these leads, to book them in for an appointment, and ultimately sell them a package. So if you are interested in learning how you can actually convert those leads into appointments and ultimately sold packages, make sure to hit the subscribe button. Check some of the other videos on my channel in which I talk more about lead conversion. But this is going to be the first step for you to generate more patients this year using paid ads. Just follow these steps, set up a campaign like this, and then you'll see the leads coming in that you can work to actually convert them into appointments. So I hope you found this video helpful, and see you in one of my next videos.